Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to our seminar for two of our groups that are going in December. The first one is traveling on the 24th and returning back on the 1st. And the second group is traveling on the 24th as well. And inshallah, returning back on the 2nd of January. So for today's agenda, we will be having a quick introduction to our team members and group leaders. Then we will be going over the schedule for both groups. The schedule is pretty much the same. We will let you know where a few of the differences will come in. Then, inshallah, we will give you some tips for packing for the trip and give you some advice for the trip, inshallah. And then at the end, we will cover nuzuk. And then, inshallah, from there, we will start doing the Q&A session. So like I mentioned before, if you have any questions, please feel free to start posting them in the chat while we are covering the seminar. Anything that may come up, inshallah, so we can cover it all the way at the end. So without any further ado, I would like to have one of our team members, Brother Tahir Javed, if you can quickly come and just give a quick introduction.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My name is Tahir Javed and I am one of the group leader with this group.
Jazakallah khair. We also have Brother Samiuddin, who will be one of the group leaders traveling with the group. If I can quickly have him to give a quick introduction as well too. We will see at the end, inshallah. I think he may be having some technical trouble. So, inshallah, we will have him come and join at the end so he can give his introduction as well, too. And we also have Imam Ghulam Rasul, who will also be traveling with the group. He is not with us in the meeting. But, inshallah, we are hosting a separate seminar. So, inshallah, in that, you will have an introduction to him as well, too. So without any further ado, I would like to go ahead and start jumping into the schedule. So everyone in this group, inshallah, you will be meeting on the 24th of December, which is a Sunday at JFK Airport. Inshallah, around 7:30 to 8 a.m. in the morning. And once you arrive there, you will inshallah meet with one of our group leaders, which is Brother Samiuddin. He will inshallah give you a Ainul Haramain bag, which contains a few items which you can use throughout the trip. So the flight departs at 11 a.m. in the morning. So please arrive on time before 8 a.m. so we can give you this bag. We will also be giving you some luggage tags. All it is a simple tag, so you can tag your luggage, and we know this luggage is a part of our group. It makes it easier for us to actually identify, just in case something gets left behind, something is misplaced, or even if the airline loses the luggage or maybe a luggage tag ripped. So we are able to identify those luggages that they belong to our group with our luggage tag. And it also makes our movements and everything a little bit easier. And just in case, we do want to make sure we can recover any of these items. So if you have left something maybe in your room, maybe it's a luggage sitting there, so it's easier for us to find it in lost and found as well too. So we will be giving you these two items. And the Ainul Haramain bag, please keep it with you rather than putting it in your luggage. Our team members on the ground and traveling with you, it's easier for them to find you from far away or to spot you from far away when they see you have the bag on. So maybe you may not recognize them, but they will recognize you with the bag, inshallah. So just keep that with you, inshallah. So throughout the trip, it comes in use. You can use it while you're in haram to put in your slippers, your shoes. Especially during your Umrah, it comes in handy, so you don't lose anything. Second thing, I want to go ahead and start covering the schedule ahead. The following day, you will be arriving in Riyadh Airport on the 25th, and then you have a connecting flight to Medina. Once you arrive in Medina, we will be inshallah having our bus ready to pick you up from the airport, and we will take you straight to the hotel. Have everyone settled in, and then we will have a quick walking tour on the first day. What this walking tour does is it gets you prepared for your trip in Medina. We like to cover things like the most important things we cover in here is it's not like before. Things are a little bit more complicated. Things have changed a little bit. So the most important things that we cover during this tour is show you where to get in line for Riyazul Jannah or the Roda, where to go for the salam for the men only, where to go to Baqi, and all the gates around Haram for the men and for the women. So the tour is about an hour, but it gets you prepared for your remaining trip in Medina. And basically, it's important at least one family member attends, so that one family member knows exactly where to go, and they can guide the remaining family members. Just in case if most of the family is tired, if one person even joins, they can come and absorb the information and distribute it to the others and within their family. So, inshallah, the first day we have the walk and tour when we arrive in Medina. On the 26th, you have an open day. So this is the day where you want to take out all your permits for the roda, for the men and for the women. This is a completely free day. On the 27th, avoid morning hours, basically from 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m., where inshallah we will have our historical tours in the morning. And anytime other than that, you should be good to take out a permit and still go for the rosa. On the 28th, inshallah, you will be departing to Makkah after Zohar prayer. So if you get any permits for in the AM hours or in the morning hours, this day is also good. But we will be departing after Zohar, so please avoid taking out any permits for the evening hours on this particular day. And then inshallah on the you will perform your umrah the same day. So we are expecting to arrive in Makkah inshallah anywhere around 7:30 to 8:30 p.m. And once we arrive in Makkah, we want to make sure everyone is settled in, how the group is doing, and according to that, we will announce a umrah group timing, and you will have an opportunity to do your umrah with the group leaders. Or if you have done umrah before, you decide to go on your own time, you are more than welcome to go at any time you may please, inshallah. So on the 29th, you have Jummah, which is a free day. On the 30th, you also have a free day. On the 31st, you also have a free day. So you have a couple of free days in the middle. And this is for the group that is departing, that is basically departing on the 2nd. So I do want to make sure that, like you understand the schedule. So the group that is departing on the 1st, they will have their historical tours on the 31st, and they will be departing to the airport. So you have your historical tours and you go straight to the airport. And the passengers that are traveling on the 2nd, they are early morning flights. So you will be traveling a little bit early and you will have your historical tours before, inshallah. And then for both flights, inshallah, for the first, you will be arriving at 9 a.m. And we will, of course, share the schedules separately for both groups. This is just for visual reference that we are showing this. But for both groups, inshallah, we will be sharing the schedule separately. So you know exactly what to expect when. But the only major difference is when you are departing. So anyone that is going on the 1st, you will be leaving, inshallah, on the 31st. You have your historical tours and we will be departing to the airport. And then for anyone that is going on the 2nd, same routine. You will be departing on the 1st. You will have your historical tours, and you can go ahead and inshallah we can move as a group to the airport. Other than that, if Brother Tahir Javedi wants to add anything regarding the schedule, I would like to just hand it over to him, and then we can move on with our agenda, inshallah.
So far, just a couple of things. Inshallah, once we are landing at the Riyadh airport, there is a terminal change. Once you're done from immigration and a custom, your luggage will be provided to you by the airline at the Medina, so you don't have to look for the luggage or anything. But you have to change to a terminal number 5. The buses are outside. If you like to buy a SIM or any things at the Riyadh airport, that's the best place to do, because the next terminal is a domestic terminal where they don't have these kind of thing. Also, when you taking out your permit for Riyadul Jannah and also for Umrah, they're using a military time. So some of, in a past groups, some Hajis, they just confused with their timing. If they picked the time for 300 hours and they were expecting 3 o'clock in afternoon and they missed their appointment, and you cannot have the next appointment in 45 days. And our stay is around 3 to 4 days. So these are the couple of things. And as Brother Harun mentioned already, our schedules and our ziyarat in Medina, inshallah.
All right, Jazakallah khair. So the next topic on the agenda that I want to jump on is the tips and so a few things that we would like to let you know, so you can utilize many of the things during the trip. So the first thing is please carry your medication for the whole duration of the trip. Carry enough clothes because laundry is very expensive in Saudi for the entire duration of the trip. uh, I would highly suggest to carry a refillable water bottle. So rather than drinking regular water while you are in Makkah and Medina, it's actually better to try to have as much Zamzam as possible. So whatever you bring back, you can distribute it to your family. So it's very important, and it does make life easier, and you keep yourself hydrated. So carry one of those refillable water bottles every time you go into Haram. From prayer to prayer, you fill it up, you drink the Zamzam. It does make we can avail the opportunity to have as much Zamzam as possible while we are there. Also, please carry a jacket with you, a light jacket maybe for Medina. We go into extreme heat in the day, and then particular hours in the daytime. Sorry, in the nighttime, it does get quite chilly, and you do feel much colder, especially when you go from like 80s, 90s, and the temperature drops down to 50s. So it's very important that you have a jacket so you're not getting sick, especially those hours closer to Fajr. Sometimes even a little bit after Fajr, it stays cold. So carrying that jacket is very important. And of course, when you come back, you will be able to, you will need it at the airport as well too. It will still be chilly over here in New York. I do want to go over the allowance for the luggages. So you are allowed two check-in bags, which are 23 kg or 50 pounds. Then you are allowed one hand carry and one personal item. On the way back, you have separate allowance for the Zamzam. So it does not include within your two luggages. So it's your two luggages plus the Zamzam. So it does get checked in. And please do not purchase any Zamzam from local areas. The Zamzam that is allowed on the flight to get checked in, it's only available at the airport, especially packaged for transport. So even if something leaks, they have a little sealed bag inside, which still keeps the Zamzam inside. But the outside ones, if you try to even check it in your luggage, they are stopping all luggages with Zamzam, and there is also a high probability of your luggage getting actually stuck in Jeddah airport, possibly for weeks, sometimes days. So it's very important that you're not putting any Zamzam in the luggages. It is causing a lot of issues these days. Other than that, these are things where and then we provide you with the bag, of course, and we have a little pouch in there which is good for documents, phone, and all those things when you are especially in ihram and traveling between Medina to Makkah. That pouch comes in handy. It's I have one right in front of me. Let me just show everyone really quickly. So it looks something like this, and it can fit up to like one phone, one power bank, your passport, your wallet, all these things. I always use it when I'm traveling between Medina and Makkah, especially while I'm in ihram. Other than that, your documents or any excessive amount of cash, please leave it in the safe within your hotel room. Do not carry your documents with you. I usually just leave it in the room. Alhamdulillah, I have not had any issues in Saudi with these type of issues where somebody just comes in the room and takes anything like this. So alhamdulillah, it's very safe and secure over there. So please do not carry it to Haram. You have a higher chance of losing these things while carrying it in large crowds, especially when you're going for Riyazul Jannah, the Roda. You're going for Salam. You're going into heavy crowds when you're doing these things. When you're going for your Umrah, when I go for my Umrah, I leave my wallet behind. I always carry, like 30, 40 reals cash is more than enough for your haircut. Maybe you want to grab a meal after the Umrah, about 30, 40 reals is enough for that. So just keep these tips in mind. You want to make sure not just getting there safely and having an enjoyable trip. You want to also make it back safely as well, too, because losing any documents, it will delay the process. Getting a temporary passport may even sometimes takes 2 weeks over there in Saudi to make. So, of course, we do have ways to mitigate these issues, but it's best that we be prepared to actually like not lose any of these things. So any excessive amount of cash, any documents, please leave them in the room when you're going to Haram. You have a safe in the room, you can put it in the safe. So just these are just tips that I have, which we have seen in the past where people have lost their documents, people have lost large amount of cash when they went to haram, and most of them recovered it. But it's always better not to go through that process. The last thing, I don't know if brother TJ wants to add anything else to the tips. Uh,
Also, lately, we asked, some people come and they ask for money that they are lost everything, all the properties, their passport was stolen. You will see some of these people are in the Sahi area, or they will see you sitting in Masjid Nabi. They come to you. You want to give them a couple of dollars, it's okay. But one of the last groups, some people was you so for the cause of, they asked them that, we are from the Palestines and all these area. So please be careful. You can give them few dollars, it's okay. But other than that, we don't know. Allah is the better judge. But some of the Hajis in the last group, I mean, for Umrah, they have this kind of situation. So just be aware of it.
it's not as common as it used to be before, but in recent times, for at least the last couple of months, I have been seeing the same people. This is a very important point. Please don't get scammed while you are there, especially on the street. If someone is asking, for my side at least, I would usually just buy them food if they tell me they're hungry. And a lot of these people, they're standing on the street, same people that we have been seeing for months and months. They stand on the street with their whole family, so they're most of them are professional beggars, and of course Allah knows best. So just please do a little bit of due diligence, and it's better not to engage if they need help. Usually it's better to advise them or give them information for their particular consulate if they're stuck. They do have those services to help out these people. So brother TJ, this is a very important point, and do keep this in mind while you are over there. The last thing that we want to cover is nuzuk. So we did already share most of the information for nuzuk. Just a couple of things I wanted to go over, which is very important, is you do need a separate account for each family member. So whether it's kids, adults, unfortunately, they don't have an account where you can add dependents on it. So inshallah, hopefully they bring it in the future. But for now, you do need a separate device, especially if you have multiple people going at the same permit timing. For the roda, it is separate timings for the men and women. So the men will be going together, whether it's kids or adults, and the women will be going together, whether it's kids or adults. So just keep these things in mind. Maybe you can still get by with a limited amount of devices, but you do need internet over there. Internet is a major requirement. Sometimes if you get logged out of Nuzuk, you do need to log back in. So you do need access to that email on the device as well too. When you sign up for Nuzuk, you will have a one-time password that you will use to log in. And then when you try logging in, you will receive another one-time password on your email. It's usually a 6-digit code that you receive in your email. You use that 6-digit code and then you're able to log in. So it's a username, password, and the code you receive in your email. And for signing up, you need a separate email for every single member. You need a separate phone number for every single member. They don't care much about the number because we don't really need the number. I have seen people use fake numbers in there too. You can still activate it because you're not receiving any codes on that number. But the email, you definitely need an email that you have access to at all times during the trip and on the device you're using the Nuzuk app. So you have easy access. It does happen where you're standing in line, you're there half an hour before and you get online and all of a sudden you open your Nuzuk app and the permit is not there. We always get questions, can we take a screenshot? The screenshots in the beginning when they started, the screenshots used to work, but so many people started just, like it's someone that has gotten a permit, they're doing a screenshot every single day and going. And because of that, there was overcrowding. And then they started aggressively checking the permits through the Nuzuk app. And of course, we get questions from many families that what do we do? We have kids. Do we need internet on every device? You can always go ahead and use a hotspot from one of the devices to actually have internet on all the devices. This is up to you whether you decide to go with the high-speed plan from here with the roaming, or whether you go there and locally get a SIM card and use the data from that on all the devices. For the kids, I have seen many people even use iPads, tablets. So you do have those options for the kids to use. And of course, most of the people these days, you are carrying a smartphone, so you are able to download the app and activate it on your phone. It's not as bad. But for the kids, it's very important that you also have a device, especially if they're going with you. If you're like, let's say, a family of four, and you have one son, one daughter, and the daughter can go with the mother, maybe you can use both of the phones for the parents when the ladies are going, and then you can use both of the phones when the men are going to. So you can alternate like this too. Low speed data, like I use T-Mobile, so it works well for me. They give me low speed data over there. It does work out pretty well. I don't have any issues running the app, but I don't know how well that will work with hotspot. That is something that you do need to determine. So SIM cards, if you do need the data plan, you're not planning to get any roaming, please purchase a SIM card over there. It's going to cost you about $40, but it's better to have that SIM card and make it for your roda than saving that $40 and not making it for your roda. A light speed, low speed plan will work perfectly fine. You just need some light data so you can log into Nuzuk and show them the permit. It doesn't take more than a few seconds to do that. But if you don't have data and by mistake you're logged out and you're standing right there online, you're right there. You did everything the right way. You took out the permit on time. You did everything on time. And even with that, you're not able to make it. So it's very important. We try to get all these bases covered before we even get there. So this way you are mentally prepared. You know exactly what to expect over there. For the permit timing for Medina, I do want to cover that again. So you have basically anytime on the 26th. If you're picking up anything for the 25th, please do something after Isha. So that is usually women timings. On the 27th, anything other than morning hours you can pick up. On the 28th, before Zohar, any timing is fine. And like Brother TJ already mentioned, it is in military time. So if you see 300 hours, at 3 a.m. If you see 1500 hours, that is 3 p.m. And take out a time that works best for you, so you can make it in time for these permits. Umrah, they're not as restrictive. If you have your Nuzuk app already activated, you can go and take out a permit right now for the evening of the 28th, which is available right now anytime after 8 p.m. So they're basically from 20 to all the way to 22 or even after. So any timing in the evening should work out. They're not as aggressive. They're not checking. But for the Roda, for Riyazul Jannah, they are checking those permits constantly. So it's very important that we go prepared with this. And with that, inshallah, if anyone has any questions, you are more than welcome to post it in the chat. And we will also be giving you opportunity to, inshallah, unmute yourself and also ask your questions. Uh, Brother Muhammad, if you would like to unmute yourself and ask your question, please. Brother Muhammad Alauddin, if you would like to, you need to unmute yourself to ask the question, or you can post it in the chat, inshallah. I see your hand up.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum. Yeah,
Walaikum
Muhammad
salam.
Aladdin. Okay. I installed the Nusuk, but and it checks for the language English. So when I put that English, after that it doesn't open. So I could not open the Nusuk. I installed it, but I could not open. I am using Android.
Uninstall the app and reinstall it. Sometimes these glitches do happen. It will reset the app completely. So try it again
I
today, inshallah.
I
I
did
will
that. I
I
did
will
that 2 times.
also I will
Yeah, I did
also
that.
post I will also post our office number within the group so you can reach out for further assistance with
Okay.
the Nuzuk app, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah.
Okay, inshallah. Anyone else has any other questions? I will be sharing today. One is the calendar for our group, and the second thing I will be sharing is the office number. So this way, if you need any further assistance, you can reach out on the office number so they can start assisting you with the Nuzuk app. Inshallah, we do want to make sure we do have some time before we actually need to take out the permits, because we are expecting the permits to be out for our travel on the coming Friday. So as soon as those permits open up, we will be posting a message so you can go ahead and start taking out your permits. But in the meantime, like Brother Muhammad Alauddin, he's having some issues signing up. We will have some of our staff will go ahead and assist you, so you can go ahead and activate the app, inshallah. I see Brother Abdul Wahab. If you would like to unmute yourself, ask your question, inshallah.
Yeah. Hi. Quick question. Do we carry our what you call COVID cards, the vaccine cards?
If you have the vaccine, no one is checking that anymore. It's not a requirement. But even for myself, anytime I'm traveling, I like to carry my COVID vaccine just in case, like they may ask you somewhere, but no one is asking. It's not a requirement. It's up to you whether you would like to carry it or not. Rules and regulations do change all of a sudden, especially with Saudi. And it's always a good idea at least to have a picture on your phone, but it's not a
Okay.
necessity.
Okay. One last question. For the Umrah, inshallah, we'll be arriving around Thursday 28th, around 7, 8 p.m. So can I appoint my nuzuk at 8 p.m. for my family of 4? Is good, 8 p.m.
Yes, that's a good timing. 8 p.m. is a good time.
Okay, I can do right, and this will be we'll go as a group in Umrah, right? Inshallah.
We will. You have both options. If you have done Umrah before, you would like to go individually, you are more than welcome to do so. But we do have a group going, inshallah. There will be 2 to 3 group leaders available, inshallah, to take the group. So the group option will be there. And on the day of arrival, you will have that opportunity, especially if there's multiple group leaders going. Usually they give different timings. So you will have multiple timings available as well, inshallah.
So for the Umrah, what is the approximate time as a group? We go around 9
3
p.m.
hours. It's gonna take about approximately 8:30, 9 p.m.
Okay.
Usually we like to give at least 45 minutes. So you can go and you need to do wudu, use the bathroom, anything like that. So it gives you enough time to prepare and maybe lay down for a few minutes so you can stretch your back. We are on a bus journey when we are traveling between Medina and Makkah, so it's a good idea to relax a little bit before we head out. But if the group is looking like very tired, then we will usually give a little bit extra time. But those permits, like I mentioned when I was covering the nuzuk portion, they're not as strict for the Umrah. As long as you have, like you don't even need a permit, but it's always a good idea to have the permit. And you will just have it in there just in case if there's heavy crowds and they're stopping people, you can always show that permit and go in. I'm going to take one question from the chat before I jump on to the next question. So there are money exchanges available at Riyadh Airport. And then we have Shagufta Haq, if you would like to unmute yourself, inshallah, to ask your question.
Yes, Arun bhai. I have a question. Like, if
Walaikum salam.
if we're interested in taking the train instead of going by the bus, would you arrange that? Do we need to arrange it by ourselves?
So the way we usually do it with the train is most of the time someone may even get there and decide. So they usually end up doing it on their own, and they will leave the luggages with the group. So they will inform the group leader. So in this case, it will be Brother Samiuddin or Imam Ghulam Rasul. And you let them know. You can book your train tickets and you can get there and you can meet up with the group in Makkah if you like. So the bus will carry your luggages because as you may know, the train does not allow more than one hand carry and one luggage.
Okay.
And
All right,
and
sounds
it
good.
is a headache carrying the luggages. So if you
Yeah.
do decide to take that route, you can reach out to our office. They can also arrange the train tickets for you. And they
Okay.
can give you more information regarding the transportation from hotel to the train station, and then when you arrive in Makkah, from the train station to the hotel.
If you don't mind telling me, how much are the train tickets?
It's a dynamic system. We don't have exact pricing, so whatever is
Okay.
available right now, they will give you the pricing. But they do approximately
So,
range anywhere from, like, I would say around $50-$60 all the way up to like sometimes even over 100. It goes up to 500 reals as well too. So, and then your transportation expense from the hotel to the train station, and then transportation expense from train station to the hotel, which ends up being usually about like if it's a big family, it will be a little bit cheaper. But if it's an individual going, maybe around $200 plus.
okay. Okay. Sounds good. Oh my God, I have another question. Oh, forget it. I'll think about it. Thank you so much.
You
Thank
can
you.
reach out to us, inshallah. It's not a problem.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I see one question in the chat. Will I get on visa arrival in Riyadh as a USG? So inshallah, you can direct this question directly to our office, and if needed, one of our team members will get connected with you, or they will answer your question in there. If there are no more questions, inshallah,
I
we
do have a
can.
question.
Yeah,
Sorry,
go ahead.
Brother Aaron. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Now, Ihram, if I need to purchase this for the family of 2 people,
Mhm.
is there a possibility to do that in Medina or?
This is a very good point. Actually, we should add that to some of the tips for the trip.
Mhm.
So, I don't suggest buying a ihram from here. You're gonna end up spending about $40-$50. In Medina, you will be able to purchase the ihram because we are going Medina first, so you don't need to have a ihram. So you will get the ihrams from Medina approximately around $15-$20, maximum $25 for like a very high end ihram. So, they are much cheaper and better quality over there.
That will include the belt, I assume, right?
The bags we will provide you, inshallah, that does have a belt in there too. But if you would like to use a separate belt, the belt is about like I would say like $5 or something like that. It's not an expensive item.
Okay. What else was there? And I know my dad will need some assistance on the wheelchair. So would that be accommodated at the time?
We will be covering inshallah accessible services. Actually, let me cover a little. Brother TJ, you want to take accessible services question? Are you talking regarding Umrah or throughout the trip?
Throughout the trip, please.
Throughout. So, will he be requiring a wheelchair throughout the trip, or
To go definitely to go to the Damas as
Okay.
well. So yeah, I would say throughout the trip. Yeah.
throughout the trip? So,
Mhm.
do you have a family member that may be able to push the
Yes.
wheelchair?
Yeah,
Okay,
I do have
perfect.
a
So
family member to
there's
help.
two ways you can go about it. Usually, the hotels they will have wheelchairs available to borrow. But the way I like to suggest it, especially we're going on a spiritual journey right now, so we want to do as much good as possible. So I always recommend to buy a wheelchair when you're over there, use it throughout the trip, and donate it before you leave. So all the hotels, most of the wheelchairs they have, someone left it there so the Hujjaj can use it. So this is one recommendation that I give to everyone, especially if you require a wheelchair throughout the trip. So you use the wheelchair over there, you leave it, and it's sadqa jariyah, and that wheelchair may be used for another 3-4 years by other people to perform umrah, go to haram, pray. So it is one of those things where it's worthwhile doing.
What's the price for it?
Usually around $60, $65.
Okay.
They range from that range all the way, I believe, to a little bit over 100.
Okay. We could use our MasterCard or Visa over there.
At the pharmacies, yes, most of the stores they do accept credit cards.
Apple Pay?
I cannot confirm. Some stores they will accept it, some stores won't. But you should be able to use Apple Pay, Google Pay, all those things. Is if they're taking card, they'll take everything. There are
Okay.
some cash only stores as well too in Saudi.
Yeah, understood. Any restrictions on cards like Amex or anything Discover?
Amex, I haven't seen them accept Amex in too many places. It's very, very, very limited. I would suggest Visa usually works much better. But where they're accepting Visa, usually they'll accept MasterCard as well too.
Okay. And about the food, I know it's just the morning buffets are
Yes,
included, right?
the breakfast is included. I would say like usually like a regular meal in Saudi can range you anywhere from like $6-7 till about $15-20. You can go very high in the high end too, but the starting I would say will be like $10. You can get a decent meal over there.
In the restaurant, in the hotel, or outside the hotel?
No,
Please say.
outside the hotel. Hotel usually like the dinner buffets, they're usually around 120, 150 Saudi Riyals, which is about $40, $45 per person.
Okay.
Excuse me. Brother Tahir Javed, would you like to add anything before we inshallah
Yeah,
close off
just
the meet?
ask the question. Card, please make sure they don't have foreign transaction fees, because sometimes some cards charge you 3% of transaction fee.
All right. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining. Inshallah, as soon as the recording is available, we will be sharing a link with you. And if you have any further questions, inshallah, please reach out to us directly so we can answer your questions. Jazakallah khair, everyone, for joining. And we are looking forward to taking care of you throughout the trip, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Islam.